Okay, welcome to my YouTube channel in comment prediction using machine learning, and this is third video of our tutorial series. The coverage of this video is training and test split. I mean splitting our dataset in two groups, which is a training dataset and a testing dataset. After that, fitting the model, then checking the score of algorithm. So that is coverage of our video. Just to remind you, in previous tutorial we covered about feature extraction, and we discussed some methods like these are the methods we discussed of feature selection, like select from model, and RFE, recursive feature elimination. Then after we discussed about feature extraction, where we saw two methods, which are TFID vectorizer and count vectorizer. So in this video we are going to train and test split, fit the model, and score of algorithm. As my methodology of teaching, I'm using what, why, and how. So what is it train test split? The meaning of train test split is dividing your dataset into groups, which is first group is for training your algorithm, and the second group is for testing. So how? So why? It is important that after training a system, you will need to test it. So it is important to have both two groups of your data. It is very bad if you train your whole data set and you remain with no data for testing. So that is why we need to make it train and test split. So how we do? As we have seen the meaning of train test split. We have seen why. So the next part is how to do. In previous video we did the feature extraction, but here put x, something like this, and let me learn this once again. Okay. So here we are going to train, it is called train test split. Train test split. Yes, sir. So x train x testing, y train y testing. Then after is equal to train test split, train test split. Just to remind you, we imported it train test split from sklearn.model selection. This one we imported it, but let me add some more. From it has been from let's import sklearn and let's learn it. Okay, from sklen dot naive underscore bias import multi, it is called the multinomial nb, if I'm not forgetting. Let's try to learn. Oh, what's happening? From sklen.knives by, what's happening? Okay, let me try to import Gaussian NB. Let's see. Still there is some error. What's wrong? Let me see here. What's wrong? It is from sklen.naive bias. It should be like this. Naive bias. Let's copy. Naive. Oh, yo. Naive bias. Gaussian. Still Gaussian. This Gaussian. Okay. Now, yeah. Multinomial NB. Let's learn. Okay. So I'm going to use a multinomial NB, which is from knives by a logarithm. Okay, so we are still splitting our dataset in train and test groups. So here just write something like this. X is this X, which are the features extracted by using countervectorizer. So X, then we need another feature, which is df underscore y. Yes, after that we need to specify test size. What is the test size? Let's say test size is 0.3. Yeah, that's it. Random underscore state is equal to 42. You can put whatever. You can put random state is equal to 0 without worry. It works fine. Let's learn this cell. Okay, now we have divided our dataset into two groups, which is a train and a test group. So the next thing we are going to do is fit the model. What is the meaning of fit the model? Why do we need fit the model, and how to do? So when we say fit the model, it means that fitting train data for supervised machine learning or for machine learning algorithm. In supervised machine learning, fit the model takes two parameters, which can be x and y, but for unsupervised machine learning, it takes only single argument. So why we need fit the model? We need fit the model because it is the actual time or actual process where we train our system. So we can't train our system without having fit the model. As I have said that Fit the model is training our data for a logarithm. So how do we fit the model? This is how we do fit the model. Fit the model. So this CLF, I can say it stands for classification, then paste multinomial and B. Then after we need to specify this classification dot fit. Here is where we fit the model. As I have said before that in supervised machine learning, what you are doing, it takes two parameters, which is X train and Y train. Yeah, so far we have fitted the model. So S dot score, we want to see the score. We want to see the score of our model. Score, when we test the score, we pass train, we pass testy, X testy, and Y testy. Yeah, that's it. So let me learn this cell and see how it works. Learn this cell. Now you can see the score of model is 97%. So let's print a logarithm. The last part is just for printing. You know, the meaning of a logarithm score is to check the performance of a logarithm by percentage. And why it is important? It helps you to determine the performance the performance of the model. And it's the actual point where you can decide to carry on with a model or to crash and find another algorithm for developing a model. Let's say if we would have found 40% after training the model by using knives by multinomial and B, possible we would stop our project and find another algorithm like logistic regression, random forest, and a decision tree. So it helps you to check the score, to check the performance. So a logarithm score is what we are going to do and is how to do. Just write, let's say score is equal to classification dot score, then path x test, y test, then let's print, let's say the score of multinomial, let me paste multinomial naive bias is comma, then score. After that, let's line this cell to print score in a good format. So now you can see the score of multinomial and knives by is 97%. So almost we are done. We see the 30 tutorial video on machine learning YouTube comment prediction. Just to remind you or to make short summary of our tutorial we have learned. We had almost 3 things to do. We have done train test split, which is dividing our dataset into groups, which is training and testing. The second part was fitting the model, which is the actual process of training a model, and the last part was algorithm score, which is for determining the score of a logarithm. So that's the end of our third video in our tutorial series of machine learning comment prediction. Do not forget to like, put comment, and subscribe for next video update. Also, do not miss the next video, because in our tutorial series we have almost 10 up to 12 video. So get close and stuck with me. Thanks for watching and goodbye.